For Rick Lagina, Oak Island was never just a place on a map, a patch of land surrounded by water. It was more than just an island. It was a vow, a solemn commitment etched into his very being. A promise he intended to keep, no matter the cost. A promise whispered in boyhood, a shared dream nurtured in the innocence of youth. Emperors, kings, their shadows danced in the island's history, whispering tales of intrigue and hidden agendas. But the island demanded a heavy price, a toll exacted in hardship and sacrifice. Clues appeared, then vanished like mirages in the desert, tantalizing glimpses of the truth that remained just out of reach. Floods, collapses, setbacks. The island threw every obstacle in their path, testing their limits at every turn. The island tested his resolve, pushing him to the brink of despair, demanding to know how much he truly desired the answer. But Rick saw meaning in every obstacle, a lesson to be learned, a challenge to be overcome. Anything so fiercely guarded must matter, must hold a significance that transcended material value. The water in every shaft was a moat, a defense against intrusion, a barrier protecting something precious. The island was asking, are you worthy to know its secrets? Have you earned the right to uncover its truth? His obsession was not greed, not the allure of riches or the promise of fortune, but a deep spiritual curiosity, a yearning to understand the mysteries of the universe and humanity's place within it. Year after year he returned, drawn back to the island by an invisible force, compelled to continue the search. The dig became a brotherhood, united by belief, bound together by a shared passion for the truth. Rick was their anchor, the unwavering force that kept them grounded amidst the storms of doubt and uncertainty. His quiet determination pulling them deeper into the mystery, urging them forward even when the path seemed impossible. He chased a legend, a story whispered through the ages, a promise of something extraordinary hidden beneath the surface. Not knowing the story he sought was not about the past, but about something far greater, something that transcended time itself. The real secret was about existence itself, about the fundamental questions that have plagued humanity since the dawn of consciousness. The vow was never for gold, for fleeting riches that would ultimately fade away. It was for truth, for the illumination that comes from understanding, for the profound connection to something larger than oneself. The old ways, the methods that had been tried and tested for generations, shovels, the feel of the earth yielding to the blade, drills biting into the rock with relentless force, pumps struggling against the ever-present water, battling the island's defenses, had reached their limits. They had taken the team as far as they could. The island's final secrets remained hidden, stubbornly shielded by water, by layers of sediment, and by the relentless passage of time. The answers they sought were buried deep. A new approach was needed, a shift in perspective, a change in tactics, not brute force, not the relentless pounding of machinery, but a new way of seeing, a more subtle and sophisticated method. Enter Parker, a master of technology, a specialist in the unseen, who came not to dig, not to disturb the earth, but to listen to its whispers. His instruments sent gentle waves, electromagnetic pulses, deep into the earth, painting a picture, creating a detailed map of what lay hidden beneath the surface. It was technological scrying, a blend of modern science and ancient divination, a digital séance with the deep, a conversation with the earth itself. Parker offered a new set of eyes, a way to see beyond the limitations of human perception, capable of seeing the impossible, of revealing what was previously undetectable. The team, men of action, accustomed to the tangible results of hard labor, watched with skepticism but trusted Rick's judgment, his unwavering belief in the potential of this new approach. This was a shift, a fundamental change in how they approached the search, less about force, less about brute strength, more about understanding the island's secrets. The machines hummed quietly, a symphony of subtle technology, a stark contrast to the roar of excavators, the cacophony of the old methods. The search was no longer solely about finding a physical object, a tangible treasure, but detecting a presence, an energy signature, something beyond the material realm. The scan began, the waves penetrating the earth, revealing familiar geology and debris, the remnants of past searches, the ghosts of excavations past. But as it pushed deeper beyond the familiar layers, it found something else, something unexpected, something that didn't belong, an anomaly in the natural order, something that defied all explanation, that challenged their understanding of the island's history. A new kind of seeing was about to reveal a new kind of truth, a truth that had been hidden for centuries. The island was ready to answer, to finally reveal the secrets it had guarded for so long. The first sign was subtle, almost imperceptible, a mere ghost in the machine, a flicker on the screen, a momentary distortion that could easily be dismissed as a glitch. But it persisted, a deviation in the data, a tiny ripple in the ocean of information they were constantly monitoring. Parker, ever vigilant, ran diagnostics, meticulously checking every system. The machines were perfect, humming with flawless precision. But the flicker returned, stronger, more defined, no longer a mere anomaly, but a distinct presence. It was a signal, not noise, a structured sequence emerging from the depths, a rhythmic pattern, pulsing from a depth beyond human reach, a place where no human technology had ever ventured. The team gathered, breath held, anticipation hanging heavy in the air as the image took shape, resolving from abstract data into something unexpected. It wasn't a chest or gold, the treasure they had initially sought. It was something else entirely, something that defied explanation, something alien. The signal was curved, pulsing, organic in nature, unlike anything they had ever encountered. A sleeping heart buried deep beneath the island's surface. This was not treasure. Treasure is dead, inert, lifeless. This was active, vibrant, teeming with an unknown energy. The energy sent down was being altered, twisted, reshaped by the anomaly's presence. As if the anomaly was responding, reacting to their intrusion, awakening from its slumber. Faint thermal and electromagnetic fluctuations matched the pulse, confirming their suspicions. It was alive, undeniably, irrevocably alive. A living thing encased in rock, older than any civilization. A relic from a forgotten age. The quest for gold seemed childish now. A trivial pursuit in the face of such a profound discovery. They had stumbled on a truth that predated humanity, a secret buried for millennia. The island was not guarding fortune, not protecting material wealth. It was guarding a life form, preserving a creature beyond comprehension. The implications were staggering, a paradigm shift that threatened to unravel everything they thought they knew. History and biology had no room for this, their textbooks rendered obsolete in an instant. The team felt awe, a sense of wonder at the magnitude of their discovery, then dread, a chilling realization of the potential consequences. The island's secret was alive, a pulsing, breathing mystery, and it had been waiting, dormant for eons, patiently biding its time. The search had changed forever, their destiny irrevocably altered by this single, earth-shattering discovery. The decision was quiet, determined. They had to see it. A core drill was brought in, not to excavate, but to reach out. Every movement was deliberate, the drill's hum a whispered prayer. The bit descended through layers of time, past all known limits. Tension thickened the air. Rick stood by, feeling the journey through his fingertips. He was no longer a treasure hunter, but an explorer, on the edge of a new world. The drill broke through bedrock, a void, a chamber. A fiber-optic camera was lowered into the darkness. Water seeped in, clouding the view. Then a light appeared, not from the camera, but from below, a blue luminescence pulsing. The lens cleared. They saw it, not rock or metal, but a crystalline, organic surface. Patterns like frozen lightning glowed with impossible blue light. In that moment, wonder eclipsed all else. The impossible was real. The image on the monitor was mesmerizing. The chamber below was filled by a mosaic of crystalline structures moving with a living pulse. Blue light waxed and waned, a cosmic heartbeat in the dark. It was beautiful, terrifying, ancient, and alone. Rick felt like an intruder in a sacred place. This was not to be possessed, but revered. The island had protected a life, not a treasure. The camera revealed shifting patterns, star charts of unknown constellations. It was a living library, a biological ark of cosmic knowledge. The realization struck this was a consciousness, a sleeping intelligence dreaming of the stars. Awe mingled with dread. They had pierced its sanctum. The heartbeat was now a countdown. They were no longer seekers, but keepers of a secret that could unravel human understanding. The silence was absolute, broken only by the pulse. The burden had begun. The blue light was a language. Patterns on the artifact's surface shifted, telling a story in light. They saw planets form, suns ignite, life evolve on distant worlds. The artifact was showing them, aware of their presence. Images focused on Earth, its birth, cataclysms, the slow rise of life. Then, a blue light descended from the heavens, the artifact's arrival. It was a seed, a traveler, the origin. Every myth, every creation story was a faint echo of this truth. The artifact was the catalyst for life on Earth, the architect of evolution. It was not a god, but a cosmic link, a literal seed of existence. The knowledge was crushing, an existential burden. The final image was a warning, futures of destruction, civilizations undone by their own discoveries. The blue light was both creation and caution. The artifact was a test. Humanity, it implied, was not ready. Some truths are too powerful to bear. "Pull it up," Rick whispered, clarity in his voice. The quest was over, not in failure but in a success, too great to share. The truth was a poison for which there was no antidote. The camera was retracted. The blue light vanished, but the image was burned into their minds. Silence settled. The silence of men who must now protect what they found. Rick's vow had been fulfilled, but the answer was a key to a door that must never open. To reveal the artifact would shatter every belief, invite chaos and greed. Rick saw the danger. Governments, zealots, scientists, all would fight for it. His obsession became a need to protect. He was no longer a treasure hunter, but a guardian. The island was a sanctuary, its defenses, allies. Rick understood he was now part of the island's ancient defense. The real secret was not to be found, but kept. The burden was his to bear. In the days that followed, silence became their shield. The borehole was sealed, data destroyed, every trace erased. The Fellowship became silent protectors, Rick their anchor. The search above continued, a performance for the world. The Oak Island mystery became the perfect camouflage. Rick walked the island as a sentinel, guarding the veil between what humanity knows and what it cannot bear. His quest had shifted from discovery to preservation. The hunt was over. The vigil had begun. There is a silence that follows the ultimate answer. The team had sought a conclusion but found the first page of a cosmic epic. The real treasure was not the artifact, but the ignorance that shielded humanity. The mystery was the blessing, the search the safeguard. Some answers are too powerful for the questions we ask. Rick became the man who must guard the silence. Some secrets are not ours to tell. The real quest is not to find the truth, but to protect it. Please subscribe to our channel History Documentary Hub for more insightful videos and intriguing content.